Folks, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Two in the Cooler. Before we get into the show, I've got to tell you about the brand new Patreon page that we have got for all of Snack Spot, okay? That's Scheming and Dreaming. That's Quested. We've got all kinds of new podcasts on there, some very cool exclusive content. We've got the Captions On podcast, which is honestly super awesome. We're going through all the Disney Channel original movies on there. We just did Halloween Town, which was very interesting. We've got Bad Directions on there as well, the show that I do while I'm driving, reading Reddit, which is honestly, I've seen some things on there that I kind of wish I hadn't, but that's besides the point. You can hit the link in this episode description to check out that Patreon. It's only $3 a month for all kinds of awesome exclusive content, all that stuff, and we're going to be putting a lot of other new stuff on there, so go ahead and check that out, and thank you guys for supporting us and supporting the show. Ready?
Carhartts are off, high vis is on. You've seen those videos?
No, never heard of it.
Carhartts are off, high vis is on.
You're saying that in the same tone you say, not me, not Hermione.
Well, that's how the guy sounds.
Okay.
Carhartts are off, high vis are on.
Carhartt's like the
Carhartt jacket, you know? Carhartt jackets. Carhartt, the brand.
Yeah, I think I know.
Like the brown jackets,
Yeah.
like the blue collar jacket.
Yeah. Yes.
Carhartts are off, high vis are on.
At high vis, I don't know though.
Like a high vis. High vis is like the line.
Yeah.
You know the green T-shirts?
No.
Like every construction person ever, like the lime green. It's called high vis.
Oh, gotcha.
High
like
visibility.
high visibility. Yeah,
Like
you
the
really gotta.
the green T-shirts.
You really gotta spell this.
Carhartts
shit out for
are
me, man.
off. High vis are on. That's how you
Nice.
know it's summertime.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. Gotcha. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't have. See, my knuckles are not bloody. I got a little something. I got a little scratch there, but I don't have the working man hands of you.
No reason to call it my knuckles. That's.
Well, I'm just bringing it up. Okay. You're coming at me for my lack of Carhartt knowledge.
My knuckles are my problem, all right, bud?
Yeah,
You keep your eyes off my eyes up here, bud. All right, eyes are up here.
Ooh, man, it's been one day since you looked at me.
He's been one day since you looked at me.
Barenaked Ladies. I think the guy I know a couple years ago. I think like the main singer or something like left the band, but I think Barenaked Ladies would be a lot of fun to see in concert still. Like I'd still go see the Barenaked Ladies. I like that song. How was it? Woohoo! It's all been done.
It's all been done.
Yeah, that song rules. Woohoo!
They got the Chinese chicken.
I mean, that's a classic. Everybody knows it. $1 million, obviously.
If I had $1 million.
Old Apartment.
Well,
might be my favorite one though. Broke into
the old apartment. This is where we used to live. Yeah,
that song.
Broken bottles, broken memories, something like that.
Broken hearts and broken homes.
Yeah, this is where we used to live. Did we nail that?
No, those aren't what you sang aren't the words, but it sounds it's crazy to me that they're not actually, because there's one it's like broken hearts, broken something, broken cuts and broken bones. This is where we used to live. Yeah, that's a great tune. The live version of that song kicks ass. If we're talking BNL, the BNL hits, that's
broken glass, broken hungry, broken hearts, and broken bones.
I mean, that's poetry, baby.
God
that's
damn,
poetry.
Man. I didn't mean for it to hit like that.
No way, sir. I don't think they did either.
Darn.
There's no way they could have known.
Gosh darn it.
There's no way they could have known.
Oh, gosh darn it.
A top-notch Canadian alt-rock band. Probably the best.
I like the Barenaked Ladies.
Yeah, they're good, dude. Yeah, that I remember our parents playing them, at least in the car. I don't remember a lot of in-house play. I was just thinking about, I don't know why, probably because I drove past the house we grew up in like a little while ago.
Why were you over there?
I had to pick up some of my mail, went there. And
classic male situation.
Classic male situation. You know I'm not on top of that, so I had to stop by.
It's funny you say that. Not to interrupt your story. No,
Yeah,
you
please.
go because it's gonna interrupt your story.
I gotta tell you, like spending the weekends in that house, I never really liked that house that much. Like being there. On like a Sunday, it's quiet, and I feel like Chris Isaac is playing and like Nora Jones and stuff. I just felt so uncomfortable there all the time.
Really?
Yeah, I did. And I
What
like
about the new house?
the new house. I love. I could spend years there. Also, because there's so many like places to hide from people too.
See, I mean, I was in the basement all the time,
Right. Basement was nice. That was the one good spot.
but I was always in it.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I had yeah. I didn't take a lot of naps, but like sometimes the one nap I took was in the basement. College basketball was on. It was like Fordham playing or something. It was like boom, right to
Nap,
sleep.
yeah.
So good.
No, that basement was the best place to nap because
Yeah.
it was dark.
Oh yeah, very dark.
Yes.
Completely windowless.
Yeah, you could live your life in opposite like cycles down there.
Oh yeah.
If you just turn the lights on at night and just pretend that it's day,
Mm-hmm.
then you just sleep during the day. Did it for years.
Our dad's starting to become a bit of a cellar dweller, to borrow a phrase.
Really? He's been dwelling?
Yeah, he's been dwelling. I saw it firsthand when I stayed there over the weekend because he's got like the old couch
we got the
down there
SETI
and
in the
stuff.
basement.
Yeah, he's got
Yeah,
a pretty
fake
good
SETI.
setup down there now, and so he's like, oh, I'm gonna go down and watch an episode of The Mandalorian, and Mom is like, why don't you just watch it up here? I'm not gonna use this TV, and he's like, well, I'll probably just go down to the basement and watch it and stuff. And I went down there and saw him in all his glory, and he's sitting on the couch, like as far down as possible, like this.
Yeah, just soaking
like,
it all in.
Why
Because
is
you
the
know
Mandalorian
what?
working?
There's no distractions when you're surrounded by nothing but walls.
That's right.
When you're in a house made of windows,
Yeah.
sometimes you just gotta get down in the cave.
I feel like you were right on the cusp of saying something really profound.
I probably
there,
would have, but
and then it just kind of didn't. It just kind of stumbled its
when you're in
steps
a house
little
full
bit.
of windows,
Right.
Emily, cut that.
Yeah, cut that. That's the
Yeah.
episode right there.
When you're in a house full of windows, sometimes you gotta close all the curtains.
I mean, not bad.
No, because then you would just close the curtains and stay upstairs.
Right.
That wouldn't. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure. Right. It doesn't necessarily
Yeah.
apply to the situation we were just talking about, but like it does. That's not nothing.
Yeah.
Like that's
No,
something.
that could be. Yeah.
That's a little
We
something.
can get that. We can get that tattoo. We can get that on shirts, on the back of a shirt,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll do it like the guy. Remember the stick figure shirts?
Oh yeah, I remember those.
What were those called?
Stick
No, they were
figure
called like
shirts?
no. You're thinking of different stick figure shirts. I'm
Okay.
thinking of the ones where like the guys were always like hanging out. Maybe it was skeletons.
Don't know. I've got no idea. I was out of the.
No, dude,
game.
you know what I'm talking about.
Okay, I'm sure. I
Fuck,
do.
dude.
I'm
this is
picturing
gonna
stick
dry-
figures on
no,
a shirt.
this is one of those things that's gonna like.
And
eat
it
me
says
alive.
like homework sucks.
No.
That's what I'm thinking of. God, I never liked
No, it's like
homework rules.
fuck, dude. It was like a whole brand. It was like happy something. This is gonna be in my head
All right.
for a long time.
Sorry, I can't help you. I have no idea.
dude. Life is good.
Oh yeah.
Life
okay.
is good. A life is good style.
Gotcha.
Shirt.
Yes, I do
Yeah.
know what. Yeah. Those are still very popular.
Yeah,
to this
no, I
day.
know. That's why I was like,
People
you know what
love
I'm
it.
talking
People
about.
love the life is good,
Yeah.
man. They're living out
They're
love.
not. Well, the problem is they're not skeletons, nor are they really stick figures. They actually have a little bit of juice. They're just really
oh really?
skinny.
They've
I
got a
think
little
so.
meat on the
I
bones.
think they got a little meat on their bones.
Oh,
I
okay.
think there is 2 lines, like with some fill.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Okay, sure. There's some cross hatching
Yeah.
involved in there.
Uh-huh.
Art class, 6th grade. Also, where I got introduced to Smensels. Shout out to Smensels.
Dude,
R.I.P.
fuck.
Those classics.
Love me a Smensel.
Oh yeah.
And they were at the same time. They were also not only did they smell good and made writing fun, and probably gave you
Writing
cancer.
fun. Yeah.
They were
sure.
also made of recycled newspaper.
Yes, from China, but still recycled.
Hence the cancer.
Yeah, China equals cancer. Put that in your TikTok algorithm and smoke it, Johnny. Folks, we're all busy. We know it, okay? You're busy, you're stressed out, things keep piling up, all right? Why add something more to the list when you open the fridge and you realize, oh, you forgot to go to the grocery store that week. The good news is you don't have to worry about that when you use Instacart, okay? Because with Instacart, you can get not just groceries, but some of your favorite products from some of your favorite local stores delivered right to your front door in as little as 1 hour. Gone are the days of wandering through aisles, trying to navigate that terrible, terrible parking lot, okay? It's bad before you even get in there. And especially, Instacart has done away with that terrible moment when you pull into the driveway and you realize you forgot that last key item that you need. Typically, you have to turn around and go back. Not anymore when you use Instacart. And the best part is right now, 2 in the Cooler listeners get free delivery on their first order of $10 or more. Just hit the link in this episode description to get yourself that deal. Make things a little easier on yourself today and start using Instacart now. Folks, aside from the wonderful new Patreon page, another great way to support the show is to check out all of the sick merch that we've got over at snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com. Pick yourself up something nice, something that's going to make you look good, make you feel good, okay? We've got the Schemin' and Dreamin' hoodies just like this, all right? Because it's not just 2 in the Cooler merchandise on there. It's also for Schemin' and Dreamin' and Quested, the other 2 podcasts that we produce right here. We've got all kinds of great accessories as well. Pint glasses, water bottles, bucket hats. We've got these slides that are super nice, and of course the t-shirts, folks. You've heard me talk about the t-shirts before. Oh, I love them so much because this is not that shitty Gildan brand or whatever that you're getting from everybody else, okay? The t-shirts that you're finding over at snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com. Try blend material, folks, okay? That's Target quality t-shirts. You're not getting that anywhere else. So get yourself something nice and hit the link in this episode description or in our Instagram bio. Check it out over at snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com. And if you're interested in advertising on this show or our twin show, Schemin' and Dreamin', or Quested, the Dungeons and Dragons podcast that we produce right here, you can email us at snackspotsports@gmail.com for details on how you can start reaching thousands of listeners in the Buffalo area and beyond, because podcast advertising is extremely effective. And you can see that because there are these large companies like McDonald's and State Farm. NASCAR is advertising on podcasts, which is still insane to me. But it's cool to see these companies who are, they've got these massive advertising budgets. And typically they are, doing spots on like, all the big TV channels and stuff, and some of them even in print, all right? And it's really cool to see them move away from those sort of traditional media outlets into something as effective and as relevant as podcast advertising. But the problem is, with that big shift, it hasn't left a lot of room for smaller local businesses to get in on the action. But that's why we are here. So if you're interested in learning more about all the benefits to podcast advertising, again, hit us up at snackspotsports@gmail.com. I'm gonna say this in a convoluted way. This is also gonna be listen.
I don't even know what convoluted means, so you've already lost me.
Okay, don't worry about it. You'll piece it together as I'm going. I mean, listen. I like to think that when we sit at this table, this is a table of truth.
Yeah.
We sit at the table of truth. We owe it to each other. We owe it to the people who are watching and listening. I'm gonna tell you what happened. It's pretty gross. It's pretty embarrassing. But I'll tell you what happened. And I'm going to tell it in a very long, convoluted way. So just stick with me.
I don't know if I like where this is going.
You're not. I think it's really pretty not great. So I'm a big Steve-O fan, right?
Yeah.
And when I see him on Instagram and stuff, he's always talking about one of the things he uses to kind of promote his shows is the fact that like people pass out during them and people like will throw up and stuff during them. Yeah. And I've always been kind of, I mean, it's Steve-O, so he's going all out, but I've always been like, I can't think of one thing. Like I can't possibly imagine really watching something and having that crazy of a reaction to it, because he's talking about like the things he films for his live shows.
Yeah.
Like the stunts but the other weekend I got really, really high. My fiance was working nights. I'm home alone. I'm like, let's just go for it. Let's just see which plane of existence we can reach here. And I watched a movie called Sin City. You ever hear of it?
Heard.
Yeah. So, it's like based on a comic book or something, which is why I wanted to watch it. It's directed by Frank Miller, who's like all-time great comic book writer and artist. And I watch this Elijah Wood is in it, and he plays this like really creepy character who, like, spoiler alert, you'll still enjoy it if you watch it because it's a great movie, but he kills prostitutes and like eats them.
Okay.
And so then this guy comes and he like saves this woman, and the lady, Elijah Wood, cut off her hand and made her watch as he ate it. They don't show that, but just they show her nub, which is like stitched up and stuff, but it's still pretty gruesome. And just the way that she, like, this actress, it's the mom from Spy Kids, whatever her name is.
Yeah.
She's a great fucking actress, dude. The way she played this scene.
She's in a few other things, too.
She's in a lot of stuff.
She's in fuck, dude. You keep going.
So just the way she describes this, though, I threw up. The movie made me throw up. And I didn't think I was going to. I felt nauseous. I went into the bathroom, and I was, like, standing at the sink. This is where it gets really gross. I threw up into the sink, and my sink is, like, really old, so it doesn't really drain properly. So I had to pick up the vomit with my hand and put it into, and then bleach wipe everything down. It was a terrible experience. But that movie, I mean, it was crazy. I really did not expect that to happen. That to make me throw up. But my God, it was crazy. I've never thrown up from a movie before. It really freaked me out.
You sure had nothing to do with the highness?
I think
you
it
did preface
I think
that story with,
I think it. Yes,
I was super high.
I do think it had a big part.
But this is what I'm saying.
I don't
had
know how
you
much,
have not been watching the movie, do you think you would have thrown up?
I don't know, because I think it was a combination of a lot of things, the highness, but also I made a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and I don't think the peanut butter was like quite
Sometimes
right.
you get stuck in your chest or something like that?
No, I think it was just bad.
Expired peanut butter?
I don't know. I checked the expiration date and like it was good. I had just bought it. I think I had literally opened it to make this sandwich.
So you think
it was a Wegmans, big thing of crunchy peanut butter.
Did you toss it?
Yeah, I did. Cause I remember, like, when I opened it, it's not usually like oily.
Oh, peanut butter's oily.
Yeah, and you know how exactly that's what I thought. So I just like mixed it up or whatever. But I don't know, dude. I feel like that might have had something to do with it because it was some bad nuts, baby. I've had some bad nuts in my day, but this one probably takes the cake.
This is not the woman who I was thinking of.
Oh, okay.
Carla Guaguini.
That sounds. Yeah, you're probably nailing
Jaguino?
that. Jaguino. Yeah, I think it's Jaguino.
Gugino. How would you spell that?
Jaguino. I think she's Spanish though, because she's in obviously Spy Kids.
It's not the movie
and all like
that
a bunch of Robert Rodriguez movies.
Not the movie that, dude. I wish I could. Now I have a woman in my head, but I don't know who she is because I thought this is how I was gonna like figure out what movie I was thinking of.
Right.
And it's another like, what's the word? It's another mom from another movie, but she's a bit more Hispanic and she has curly hair.
She's more Hispanic?
Yeah.
That's tough to beat. Living on love. Yeah, I can't. My brain's been absolutely fried.
That woman's in Entourage, by the way. I don't know when, but she.
Yeah, she is. Agent. She's that
agent.
Yeah, she's in.
Yeah, a lot of it. She's in it. Yeah, that's a good call.
She's in a lot of great stuff, man. She's a really good actress,
dude.
Underrated, I would say.
It might be time to watch Entourage again.
I don't know if I'll ever rewatch that show all the way through again because during the pandemic, I tried to watch it through and.
Wasn't as good as you remembered.
Well, I think it was just because, Entourage is the whole thing is fantasy, right? And it's all wish fulfillment. And I think that's why it was so popular when it came out because it was kind of like, I put everything in terms of post and pre 9/11. Okay. And I think Entourage is a really great example of that, though, because post 9/11, and Entourage did come out a couple years after, but like that's, I feel, is kind of what people were really, they wanted to believe in the American dream again, right? And Entourage, that is kind of a big part of that show. And it's like, but in doing that, inherently, the Entourage setup, the way every episode goes pretty much is like, oh my God, we have this big problem. Oh, it's solved. And at the time of the pandemic, when everything was really shitty, that just was not something I wanted to watch because I couldn't relate to it in any way, and like everything in real life felt so bad that like watching that was not really escapism for me as I was kind of hoping it would be. So I got up to the Medellin season, and then
which there's a lull then
it's
in
a
the
lull.
show.
It's a lull, yes,
because like especially if you've already watched it, because you just know like it's just gonna be shitty. Nothing good's gonna come from this.
That's when that because I don't really mind the I don't know the actors. I like the actor actually who plays Billy, the director.
Oh yeah,
but he just gets really annoying. I feel like he just becomes too much of
well
an
then when he
asshole or
comes
something.
back into the show, I think he's better then.
At post Medellin.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Because he directs the Fire movie too, right? What movie is that? Doesn't he? Don't they like?
No, he doesn't direct that movie. Because that's when Vince is like trying to get his career kind of back. So he doesn't. The big deal is like he's not starring in that movie. He takes a smaller role.
Yeah.
One of the whoever the oldest Skarsgård is, Peter Skarsgård or something, plays the director of that. He's the scientist guy from Thor, if you remember that. Yeah.
No, that's too much info.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I just, I feel like that's a good call. But I used to love that show so much.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I don't know.
They I think they still have a podcast going.
The Entourage fellas?
It's E and the guy who created the show, Doug Ellington or whatever.
I think E owns that Action Park Media,
Action
doesn't
Park
he?
Media. I think he and Doug own
Action
it,
Park
and
Media
maybe
together.
also the dude who plays Johnny Drama.
Gotcha.
I think the three, Kevin Dillon. I think the three of them are like on the podcast, and then they'll have people on who are like either on the show or somehow involved with it a lot.
Because I listen to a few of the Action Park Media podcasts.
Oh, really? The only other one I know is that I know they own Wet Jeans now, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, they do. I believe Sean Avery's podcast, No Gruffs Given, is an Action Park Media podcast too, and they used to do a podcast that I really like called Missing Curfew. It's really funny, but the Missing Curfew guys, they're boys with, what's his name? E?
Yeah.
What's his real name?
Kevin Conley.
Yeah, they're like boys with him. They're former NHL players, so like they were doing their show through Missing Curfew, but they were like going to LA to record it and shit like that. So they left Action Park Media, but like Kevin Conley was just on their podcast actually like last week, I think, again. And yeah, they're funny dudes. That's a good show.
Did you see Charles Barkley on Spit and Chicklets?
Yeah, did you listen to it?
No, I only have seen some of the clips, but they're great.
He was funny. He had a few like good lines. I mean, it was interesting. I like Charles Barkley, and also I feel like he played in the NBA at a time where I probably would have liked the NBA like more.
I think
you know what I mean? So
yes.
that's also probably a difference. But
I can see you being a big Barkley fan during like, even his Sixers days. Honestly,
but it was. I mean, he had some good stories. He had some funny stories. And he just said like some funny shit. And the funny thing about him, which rightfully so, because he's one of those guys that's like so famous, like you can't really be modest about how famous you are because everybody knows like you're extremely famous. So it was like funny to hear him say it because he would say something and then he'd be like, if a lot of people said that would sound super douchey, but for him it's like, yeah, because they were talking about he's a big hockey fan, long story short. And they were talking about how he was saying that he loves Toronto, and Ryan Whitney, who's one of the hosts of Spit and Chicklets, fucking hates Toronto because he hates Pearson International Airport. He got stuck there for like 48 full hours and like threw his whole fit like and created this rage on Twitter to the point where Canadian Parliament were like referencing Ryan Whitney said this on Spit and Chicklets. Yeah, like whatever. So Charles Barkley was like, oh man, getting stuck at the airport sucks. He's like, especially when you somebody. He's like, I'm not sitting here in the airport to talk to you people. I'm sitting here waiting for my damn plane. Like, I don't want to talk to you guys. He's like, and you're in an airport. There's nowhere to go. Like, so everybody just assumes you're there to talk to him. He's like, I'm not here to talk to you damn people. He kept saying it was funny.
He's got a great point. Do you remember when we saw Rex Ryan at the airport?
No.
When we were going to Florida? You don't remember?
No.
We were going to, it might have been the first time we ever went on a plane, just you and I. I think it was. And you like...
We're going to...
I think we were going... Shit, I don't know, actually. We were probably going... Yeah, I have no idea now that I'm thinking about it. I have no clue.
What if we flown just you and I?
I don't know, but I remember there was like a big thunderstorm. And you could like see it from our plane. Like, it was cool. Because it was like far away and like below us. So you could see like lightning and rain going down.
I feel like I wouldn't think that was cool.
You know what? I'm surprisingly you did think it was pretty cool at the time.
I've been pretty good with airplanes lately.
Yeah,
I
think that's true. I think you've been doing a pretty good job. Yeah.
It's one of those things where like you can just sometimes just gotta stop being a bitch. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
you can't be like older and be like. You just got to get on the fucking plane. You just got to get on the thing.
I was just watching this 100%. I was just watching this show, and the 4 main guys, they were all getting Funko Pops made of them.
Yeah.
And they were going to reveal it at, this was years ago when they opened like the big Funko Pop store in New York City or whatever. So they were going to reveal their Funko Pops at the
like
store.
Famous?
They're not really. They're from an AMC show called Comic Book Men.
No, I know what that is.
Yeah, there you go.
And, yeah, I know.
And the one
that's
guy,
famous in the Funko Pop world, I'm sure. Like,
yeah, I guess that's true. And so I guess the headquarters isn't in New York; it's in Seattle. And so the one dude comes in, he's like, "They're making Funko Pops out of us, and they're gonna reveal them in Seattle." And the manager of the store, Walt, he's like, "I can't go." And they're like, "What?" He's like, "I don't fly. I can't do it. You guys go and have fun and stuff." And he didn't go. And he didn't get to see his. He didn't even like check out his Funko Pop. Until
John Madden didn't fly.
Really?
Yeah, he had his own bus.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's probably the most famous John Madden fact, actually. Yeah, he didn't like airplanes. Also, probably because he was a larger man, so it probably just wasn't comfortable. But he could have probably had a private one. But I think he just didn't fuck.
Maybe
with
that's a lot. That's a lot of money though too.
I mean, dude, a John Madden would be fine.
Okay.
Madden, the video game alone,
sure.
outside of the millions of other dollars he probably made.
Right.
I'm sure he could afford a plane.
Yeah. I think it'd be cool to fly private. Although now that I don't know, because I've flown first class a couple times, and now I get angry every time that I am not.
Oh, I imagine if you fly private and then you have to go back to flying commercial, it's got to be the
so
worst.
Bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're up there. You can do anything. It's international airways.
International
airspace. Yeah.
At what point? I think there is an altitude.
Oh, because that movie Con Air, right? That's the whole premise of that movie. It's a Nick Cage movie where
I know the movie, but I don't know what part you're talking about it.
Or maybe there's you know what? I'm thinking of a different movie that was more recent that I think maybe Jason Statham's in it, but I don't think anybody really saw it. I think it's called Money Plane or something.
Dude, I've seen more Jason Statham movies than most because I'm a big action movie guy. So if I see Jason Statham's face pop up on a Netflix movie that's got more than 40% anything, it's going on my TV.
Have you seen Wrath of Man?
That's a newer one.
Came out 2 years ago.
It's an Amazon Prime movie though, correct?
No, it was in theaters.
Oh, no, I haven't though. It's not free.
It's cool. It's really good.
All right, well now I'll put it on the list.
Maybe you'll be on something.
I'll put it on the list.
But it was sick. I went to go see it in the movie theater because this was back when we were still doing Film Juice, and I went and this guy.
Oh, so it's older than I thought. It's not the movie I'm thinking of then.
Yeah. This guy was sitting 2 rows in front of me, and he was talking on his cell phone really loud to the point where I was getting ready to say something. But he was this big guy, and all I hear him go is no. What you need to do is get me my money. And I was like, I'm just going to let this man handle his business.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Still a great
Shut the
movie,
fuck
though.
up.
Still a great movie, though. Do you remember when we went to see Fast and Furious 5?
No, but I'm happy we did.
Yep, we did.
I
We
can't
went
wait
to
to
see
see
it in
the new
theaters.
one.
You, Dad, and I, and the guy right behind us was talking on his cell phone, and it was literally, I couldn't believe it when it happened, because it was literally like, no, man, I'm just sitting in a movie. Like the classic, like, this guy's a real idiot, do oblivious kind of thing. Like,
Fuck
what
that
an
guy
asshole.
ruining that
Yeah, he
movie
was
for
there
me.
like with his kid. I felt bad for everybody involved. But that's
Dude, I feel like of all places at the Regal in Niagara Falls, people would be like, "Shut the fuck up." People would, well, depending on when
Maybe.
you went.
yeah. I don't think at the time we went that would have been going down, but yeah, it's crazy that how dumb can you be? Like what kind of life are you living where you feel like that? It's not acceptable. So are you just doing it to like get attention?
I think that like as long as your phone's on mute, like if you're like texting or something, it's not gonna bother me.
Whatever.
Like,
but like talking on the phone,
having a phone conversation,
walk
step out.
dude.
You gotta step out.
Yeah.
Because at that point, it's not even like you're really absorbing what's happening in the movie.
Right.
You're probably just prolonging the phone conversation because it's taking you longer to register what the person just said because you're watching the movie, and then
all you're doing is ruin it for everybody else.
Yeah.
I don't understand how people live like
Yeah,
this.
and that's like the other thing about that is that's not even like everybody knows that.
Yes.
Like there's nobody in the world that doesn't know. I mean, I guess maybe places where there's not movie theaters, but there's nowhere in like the
modern
U.S.,
world. Sure.
Canada,
all the big ones.
Well, I'd just be like,
Yeah.
where it's like, oh no, we talk on our phones during movies here. Like that's not that's not something that's practiced anywhere. It's frowned upon by everybody.
Yeah.
I gotta blow my nose, so
Okay,
just let
no
you know
problem.
it's coming.
No problem. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Come on, don't tee me up.
Sorry.
I hate when you do that.
Well, you
you
left
this.
me.
I'm a self-conscious nose blower.
Hey, I am too. My fiance the other day was talking to someone, and they were like, "Oh, sorry, I've got to blow my nose," and she was like, "Don't worry about it. I live with a human trumpet." I was like, "I'm trying my best, lady. Okay, you think I'm trying? Yeah, you think I'm out here disturbing you?" However, I think it's a little bit of karma that I blow my nose so intensely.
Yeah, no, we
because
talked about this.
that guy, that dude who, hey, I mean, I hope he's doing well, but and it's not his fault. He really progressed a lot faster than all the other kids because he was a giant and he had more hair on his body than every other kid in that 5th grade class combined. When we were 10 years old, which is not an easy way to go through life.
No.
No.
You don't want to be you definitely don't want to be the first kid, or you don't want to be the last kid either.
Don't want to be
You
the
want to
last
fall
kid.
somewhere smack dab. You want mediocrity when it comes to stuff like that.
Yes. If you want
Yeah.
an easy life, be average.
Yeah.
Be average, and you can just coast your way through.
Oh man.
I was we did Halloween Town on captions on this week.
Yeah.
It was good.
I saw your face was plastered over
Over Sophie, right? Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
Sophie, dude. Listen, Sophie. I know we've had our differences, but my invite still is extended
Sure.
for you to come on the show.
Maybe we'll reach out to her again.
But no, we won't.
No, we won't. But it
Yeah.
was just something nice thing to say.
I just listen. I think that scene is a pivotal point in my life. And that's really all I got.
I'm pretty sure Sophie's like the first autistic Disney Channel movie character.
She's
like,
not autistic. She's
dude,
magic. Dude.
watching that movie
No,
back, I
that's-
think
oh
she's.
my
I
God,
think she's
dude.
on the spectrum.
No,
for sure.
it's all
Yeah.
foreshadowing to how fucking magical she is, dude.
I'm talking about like the way she says things. Not talking about her powers and like the way she does remember that Atikiti. Like
I know, but that's because Andy. That's because she is built different.
yeah, that's not how I would say it, but
No, you are so in the wrong on this one.
I
You are
think
so. She's
what's wrong?
special.
What's wrong if
she's
she is
special?
Uh-huh.
But she's not.
I think Sophie could be
autistic.
on Love on the Spectrum.
No, she's just that good of a fucking. Preparing to be that good of a fucking witch.
That she doesn't pick up on social cues?
Yeah, because all she can do is fucking magic, dude. She's just gifted as fuck. I
So
understand
was
what
Rain
you're
Man.
saying.
So was
No,
Rain
I
Man,
understand how
I'm
the
telling
two.
you,
Listen,
if
if this was a Venn diagram,
Yeah.
I see where those circles
witches,
cross.
autism, Sophie.
No. Yeah, because she's the best of the best. When you're the best
Of
of the best,
both worlds. She's the best of the best of both worlds.
no. When you're the best of the best, and you're just that fucking good at your craft at a young age, and you don't even know it's your craft yet, of course there's gonna be some confusion in your life. You're confused.
You're basically just describing Ben Affleck's, like, the early life of Ben Affleck's character in the movie The Accountant.
I fucking love that movie. I
Great
was hoping
movie.
that one was what movie you were gonna say.
Yeah, great movie.
Dude.
About an autistic king, Sophie, autistic queen. That's the way it goes.
She's not autistic, dude.
I'm telling you, dude, if you rewatch that movie not around Halloween time when that nostalgia's not quite hitting, it's like Sophie is obviously autistic. And that's good. It's representation, baby. 1998, that's progressive as hell. Although,
Yeah, that
again,
is.
watching Halloween Town, well, I won't
You
say too
weren't
many
allowed
stuff
to be
because you got to
autistic
subscribe to the
back in
Patreon,
1998.
baby. Yeah, you weren't allowed. Dude, I do remember this episode. There was this show called, I think it was Cold Case Files, and not the other show that I'm thinking of, but there was a show called Cold Case Files, and the detective lady would like go back and solve these cold cases, and one
Cold Case Files.
Cold Case Files,
Yeah.
and one episode was about this cold case that essentially didn't get solved because the investigators who were on the case botched it because it involved an autistic kid, and they like didn't know what that was or whatever at the time, and it was pretty crazy. Like they're interviewing this woman and who, like, I think her kid got taken away from her, and her kid was autistic, and they were like, well, you're a bad parent, obviously, because she wouldn't be acting like, your kid wouldn't be acting like this or whatever. And I remember they used the term refrigerator mothers, because that's what they called this woman, because they said that she was like so cold that her kid like retreated inside herself, when obviously the kid was like just autistic and stuff, and it was pretty messed up.
I thought you were gonna say like she didn't cook. She only like a lot of kid cuisine.
Oh, kids cuisine, baby.
That little brownie, that steaming hot brownie.
That brownie was good.
Should hit different.
Yeah, I haven't had a
fish stick.
Oh, dude, I haven't had a fish stick in a long time.
Fish
stick
sticks.
would be a good who would win against fish stick versus mozzarella stick.
Nah, I mean, I don't think that's the one.
Okay, I'm just saying,
because I have a feeling.
Stay tuned.
A lot of people look down upon fish sticks.
Classist assholes.
Dude, I'll tell you what. I mean, we lived off those fucking things as children.
Talk about living on love. Living on fish sticks, baby.
Friday and Saturday night, I was consuming more fish sticks than anybody in the continental United States.
Absolutely. You were like Aquaman, practically. You were more fish than man.
Dummying fish sticks.
Yep. Always Gordon's, which was nice.
Obviously. We got that
the
name
best of
brand
the
shit
best.
up in here.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. It's one
We're
thing we
not
never
even,
skimped on was
fish sticks.
Fish sticks.
I feel like one thing you don't want to skimp on is probably fish sticks.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
You probably don't want any 7-Eleven fish sticks. Although now 7-Eleven is pretty nice cuisine. So.
Dude, one thing to never sleep on, 7-Eleven subs.
Really?
Oh,
like the prepackaged ones?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, they got some ones that even I necessarily won't dive in on just because I think it's a little too much. Like the ones that are already pre-dressed, I'm like, I don't trust a pre-dressed sub.
Yeah.
That's like
anyway. I
like
mean,
that.
I don't trust that anywhere.
Yeah.
You know?
But
That's
like
no,
they have the Italian, and it's just like, ham, salami, pepperoni, and like American cheese. Fucking slaps. They got a turkey one. They also have a sandwich that's actually turkey with pepper jack and chipotle. It's half pre-dressed. It doesn't come in the regular sub thing. This is a sandwich. It's bread, and then on the side there's lettuce. Lettuce on the side in the container. It's in a plastic container, but the sandwich itself very, very good. Just if you're ever in a bind.
Strapped. Yeah. Usually when I am in a bind for like a quick one, I do grab Lunchables.
Because they sell them at 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wherever,
A ham and cheese fucking Lunchable.
Yeah, exactly.
So nasty, dude. Oh
I might eat one for dinner tonight, honestly.
That's so fucked up.
Depending. Hey, man, they're not bad.
Eat anything besides a ham and cheese. Like, Not that there's a lot of nutrition probably in a 7-Eleven sub, but it's got to do more for you than a Lunchable does.
100%. I mean, if we're talking
like
about
you eat one
Spencel's getting
Lunchable and you're like,
cancer-
yep, I'm good. That was dinner.
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy. I wish I could do that.
Sometimes I don't
The
have a
other day at
choice.
Mother's Day, like I don't know why.
Oh,
Did you see how much fucking food I
You ate
consume?
a lot, dude.
And I
This
don't
was
know
like,
why.
This is like retro Matthew, man. You're
I have
like
no idea why.
putting down sausages like nobody's business.
Dude, I dummied a fucking royal sausage with the full sausage bun, not like even a hamburger bun,
Yeah.
like a thick boy bun,
Mm-hmm.
a fucking chicken and feta sausage,
Yep.
again, thick boy bun, hot dog.
And a half
Regular
of
size
another,
bun.
half of a chorizo.
Oh yeah, I did do. No, it was a royal. Half
half of another royal. You had 1.5 royals.
And then I did
Tip of the cap
a
to you.
fatty plate of baked beans.
Ugh,
Obviously.
gross. Yeah.
I did then also a plate of, not a full plate, but a healthy portion of this potato salad that we had going
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, you
was
did
good.
eat a lot that day.
And then the ice cream for dessert was what
Oh,
really
that's right.
topped it off, because I went nuts on that too. But ice cream is different. I
Sure.
can't say no to ice cream.
No, man. Mint tingling. I love mint
We
tingling.
had this conversation the other day.
Oh, did we? I don't really remember.
No, at
yeah.
Mother's Day.
I hear you.
Dude,
But I've just been craving mint tingling, and I saw it in that freezer, and I was like, because it's not mint chocolate chip. It's different. The mint tingling chocolate pieces are like way
I
more
know what you
processed
mean
and
in
crunchy,
that.
and they're so good.
Like, I hear what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
But mint tingling as an
milkshake
ice cream
are
flavor,
rules.
it just seems childish to me.
Mint tingling is probably one of the more adult flavors of ice cream. It's like mint tingling, fucking black raspberry, pistachio. These are like old people
Those are
ice
three
cream
bottom-tier
flavors.
ice cream flavors.
I hear you. I hear what you're saying, and I agree with the other ones that are not mint tingling. I love mint.
I don't know what about mint tingling just doesn't get it done for me. But like, here's my thing: is chocolate peanut butter ice cream
Mm-hmm.
has to be like the most complete, like, regular ice cream flavor.
Okay.
Mint tingling just doesn't do that for me. Just doesn't.
Yeah, all the peanut butter. I'm not a big chocolate peanut butter guy, anyways. But like, I don't know. It's kind of like those really desserty Pop-Tarts to me. You know what I mean? Like it's almost too much dessert. You hear what I'm saying? Whereas mint tingling is like way less rich. Obviously, it's just less desserty. You know, and I like it. It's a little lighter. It's like it's super cold because it's also minty. Oh, I love it. Maybe I'll have that for dinner tonight if I can get my
Mint
hands
tingling?
on. If I can get my hands on some mint tingling, absolutely.
Sick bastard. Sick bastard.
A little rainbow sprinkle action.
Dude, and that's the other thing, too, the sprinkles.
Well, the sprinkles we had at Mom and Dad's house, those were D-list sprinkles. Those weren't good, you know, but you take what you can get. The real rainbow jimmies, that's what's up. You can put those on anything, and it's great. Custard with sprinkles, like a chocolate custard with sprinkles, that is as good as it gets.
See, again, like if you go to an ice cream place, there's like signs out front of ice cream places that are like, say please with your sprinkles and you get them for free.
Day of
like
the
for
man.
children. Which, great sign, but sprinkles, again, are for children.
I disagree, Matthew. I disagree. I think sprinkles, like most things,
Dude, like,
are
how
for
about this?
anyone
How
who's
about
going to
this? How about
enjoy
this?
them.
How about this? How about
Or for
this?
anyone
How
who's
about
going to
this?
enjoy them.
I saw a very young girl.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea how old, with her mother. I don't know. Let's go. I would say 10 maybe. And she was in front of me at an ice cream place the other day, and she got chocolate custard with nerds.
Ooh.
Yeah, what the fuck?
That you got to watch that kid. That kid's gonna be bad news. I'm just gonna say this. Sorry, if you're putting nerds on your ice cream, you're gonna be fat. You're gonna be real fat,
Dude,
real quick.
nerds aren't even good either.
No, they're not. My fiance loves
No,
nerds.
see, I was just
She
about to say, I don't
loves
fuck with
nerds.
people that are like, when you have like a
Mixed bag of candy.
yeah, like a bucket with candy in it.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Halloween. Oh, pick one.
And
kids.
not even like, but like, you know, in general now, like every once in a while, you know, you come across a bucket of candy.
That's true.
If you fucking grab nerds, you're straight up wrong.
You're a nerd.
No, You're not.
You're a psycho.
You're like you got issues. We need to
Yeah,
get the therapist on the line right now.
Yeah, Nerds Rope was always seemed like kind of a trashy candy to me.
Yeah, now they have like
putting nerds on a Twizzler.
they have Nerds clusters now.
Yeah, I know.
That's
those.
like Nerds ropes. They just cut them up. They're just
Right.
balls of the rope, and then they rub it in Nerds. And I know some people that like those too.
Some of that Willy Wonka candy, like Laffy Taffy, even always seemed like very trashy to me.
Yeah, Laffy Taffy
Like it all
would be really, really good
Uh-huh.
if the flavor was a little bit stronger.
Sure.
But I do understand that, like, if you eat like a real piece of taffy, that shit's nasty.
Right.
Like saltwater taffy sucks ass.
You know what I do like though, are those like caramel things that like look like taffy but they're not. They've got the caramel with the cream in the middle. They're tiny little guys.
Dude, the bullseyes.
Yeah, the bullseyes.
Dude, no, is that what they're called?
I think they have a lot of different names. I think that's one of them though, and they are good.
Dude,
I do like those.
Caramel candies. Dude, is that what they're called? Yeah, these fuckers.
Yeah, those bad boys.
Dude, those things absolutely hit different.
Yeah, they're tasty.
Holy shit, those things are good.
I used to, when we would go to
Those things are the fucking bee's knees. Rainbow Cove.
Well, was Kelly's Corner the name of that general store with the old time candy bar?
Kelly's
something.
Yeah. Kelly's Country Store.
Kelly's Country Store.
Dude, with the bulk candy.
The bulk candy, exactly. Fuck. Dude, that was basically the same as like going to Toys R Us, but honestly better because you would leave with something.
You leave with so much candy.
Yeah, and it was like just run wild.
Yeah,
mix
fill
and
up
match.
a bag.
You're mad scientist.
Yeah.
And it's all like loose, which is just it's very
Dude,
fun.
I used to
like
think,
there's no rules. I used to, because I've got, you get like a bunch of wrapped candy like those and then put it, bury it under a pile of Raisinets, which, that was just me. Because I would always get a bunch of Raisinets and I would also get those root beer barrels. I loved those.
Yeah, dude, you'd get the weirdest candy.
I know.
And you'd get the
bottle
wax
cap
gummy.
No, I didn't like
I
those.
thought that was you.
No, but I did get like these bottle cap, they were like they're kind of like Smarties.
Yeah, I know what they are.
Yeah,
Bottle
yeah.
caps. Yeah.
Just for the
I thought
people
you
in
got
case
that.
they don't know. Also, Razzles.
You know what's funny about that
remember
place?
Razzles?
Yeah.
Those were kind of gross.
Yeah.
I liked them though.
I love. I got air down the wrong pipe.
Yeah, holy shit.
Kelly's Country Store.
Mm-hmm.
We were only allowed to go there so often. Like, you know what I mean? It was a treat when we would go there. So in my head, I always thought that shit was like down like in Erie, PA. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's on fucking Grand Island. It's like 6 minutes from where we grew up.
No kidding.
It's so close.
It always felt like it took a
Hours.
long time to get there.
Yeah. Like I thought we were like, it was like, we're going to, I thought we were in that car. Andy, I could have sworn to you that this place was no closer than Cincinnati, Ohio. Like I thought this was a fucking destination.
Yeah.
And it is a legitimate hop, skip, and a jump away from where we were at all times.
What an institution.
Still open.
Yeah. Should check that out.
They still got Santa. Santa still goes there. Well, they had that one room that was always Christmas.
Yeah, that was pretty sick.
And it was always like after they rounded you up and you got your candy, you had to like, make your way through the always Christmas room before you finally were allowed to go home and, eat your candy.
Man, I loved buying like little trinkets and stuff too. Like I remember I bought these I was so young, I had mom buy me like these 2 cowboy statues once. And there was like a little wooden cowboy bear statue. So I wanted to make my room like cowboy themed. I wanted to do a lot of different
You still had
stuff.
those for...
Yeah,
I remember the bear. I remember the bear guy.
Yeah, the bear. The
it's
bear
like a book.
broke.
Use it as a book.
A bookend. Yeah, I had to use them all as bookends. The Cowboys might still be in a box somewhere though.
Yeah, I remember the bear. Yeah, I remember the bear being
cool
broken
bear.
too.
Man, you know what I have been thinking about checking out on eBay is like the Fischer-Price, like the pirate chip and stuff.
Oh, it's probably so expensive.
I think you can get. I can't. I
wonder what we
looked
did
a
with
long
ours.
time ago. It's gotta be somewhere. It's gotta be in the basement or something. Mom wouldn't throw that away.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Because there was a whole line. You remember Miss Patty's house had the Wild West playset as well. So we had the stagecoach. We had like the stagecoach and the Cowboys at home.
I don't remember. I only remember
they were
the
all
pirate
part
shit.
of. They were. It's literally the same thing. Like those same figures, but cowboys.
Yeah.
They were all part of the same. Like Fischer-Price. I can't remember the exact name of it. It was like Adventure Time. You know, their line of toys or whatever, and like honestly the coolest, most imaginative toys from our childhood, I would say.
I mean, I
because
remember
you get to make the backstory, so it's different from like all your Star Wars guys, where like like because you watch the movies, you already know who these guys' names and like what they act. But with the Adventure Fisher-Price guys, you can make up your own stories, and that's what I did while you were outside with the neighborhood kids. Just little Andy in his room.
I like those things. I got some reps.
Making Lincoln Log villages and stuff. Dude,
love Lincoln Logs.
How fucking outdated do we sound right now?
I was a fucking monster too.
Yeah.
Like I was nice with Lincoln Logs. I had vision. I had straight up vision with these communities that I was building.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
People didn't do it like me at that age.
No. Oh, what's that? A
I was
cabin?
building fucking
That's
2-story
nice.
colonials.
Yep.
1.5 bath, 3 bedroom. Fucking the whole 9.
Mm-hmm.
Open concept.
Yep.
I mean, Jesus, was I
A
nice
lot of
with
natural light. Because you had the
windows in.
Dude,
Yeah,
putting the windows in
the
was
red
not.
windows.
It wasn't as easy as people
No,
thought. You had to really.
You had to have like the singles, or you had to like, yeah, dude.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Nice with Lincoln Logs.
Dude, Lincoln Logs ruled.
One thing I never liked though was the roof pieces. You know the peaks that went on the end.
Oh,
I
like
just
the plastic ones?
No. We had wood ones too.
Oh yes. I know what you're talking about.
I never thought that those did the job.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought those were all right. But I honestly, there's something
I know,
about
open
the
air
green
houses.
planks that I just thought were so
Yeah, the
cool.
green planks were good. But again, you know, when I was building my Lincoln Log communities, the lower income housing would definitely have green plank.
Yeah,
roofs.
I mean, that's the projects of the Lincoln Logs.
Yeah,
you have the green,
but
you have the green roofs.
You know, the top of the line facilities. I mean, we had. God, I mean, we had a lot of fake Lincoln Logs too. Like we had those two lodging. I think they were literally called lodging
timber.
Lodging timber. Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those were sick though.
Yeah, but we had so many. Like we had a plethora of them.
Tubs.
Which
is kind of like the way I would go over to some kid's house and they'd have like big things of Legos. That's what we had of Lincoln Logs. Which is really
I was never.
not
I mean,
as
I know
cool.
you like to build Legos, but I never looked at like blank Legos and was like, dude, I'm about to create something.
Right.
It's like, this shit sucks.
Yeah, that kind of never like it's a cool idea that you can like do that with the Legos and stuff, but yeah, that never really appealed to me at all. I always thought it was because you know what, they always looked kind of shitty. Like whenever someone would do that, like you always have to compromise with various
colors
pieces and stuff.
Yeah.
There's no compromising when it comes to Lincoln Logs. Because honestly, it's either going to work or it's not.
Yeah.
Dude,
If you have enough.
This is what people tune in for. This is the
Lincoln
Lincoln
running
Log.
out of pieces.
This is the Lincoln Log Network.
Yeah,
baby.
we should do the Hooper of the Week.
We definitely should.
I feel like before I started talking about Lincoln Logs, we were fuck. I was just gonna say, like, we did have a lot of cool Fisher-Price shit.
Yeah.
We had the castle.
We did have that one castle, which honestly is not the castle that I would choose now. The other castle I liked a lot more.
But it had the ball that fell. Yeah, it had like the thing on the front door that.
Oh yeah, yep. It did. It had a lot of cool stuff, but it was a little.
It was smaller.
I really, honestly want to try and get that stuff back.
They used to have that Fisher-Price sale. Do you remember? That's where I know because our mom and her friends have talked about this before.
No, but that sounds
like at the Fisher-Price place.
Oh, okay.
You know, because it's here.
Oh,
I don't know if it's a factory. I don't know exactly what it is.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, and they would have like a. This is what we got.
Mm-hmm.
Like we already sent all our stuff out to the stores, but hasn't hit the shelves yet. This is what we kept here. We're selling it dirt cheap. Like you get a cart and you get the fucking bows up, and there's moms like slugging each other for like the Fisher-Price stuff on the low.
Shopping in the 90s was the wild fucking west, dude. Like Beanie Baby shit and stuff. Like even there was a around this time as well. I know people did this with with Beanie Babies, but I'm a little more familiar with it with like the action figure boom. But I'm talking like people walking into Target, or more likely their like local department store, going up to somebody being like, slipping them a Benjamin and being like, when the truck comes in, you let me know.
Yeah.
Like that's what you had to do to get ahead of the game.
Well, like you see in sitcoms all the time, the classic Christmas sitcom, there's always one guy trying to buy his kid a toy.
Right.
Like off of somebody
Jingle
else.
All the Way. Schwarzenegger's got a whole fucking movie about that.
Yeah.
You know?
It's textbook. That shit don't happen anymore.
No, it doesn't, because it's all like there's so many other ways to find places,
Yeah.
right? Then it was like if it's not on the
just buy
shelf,
a fake one.
you don't have it.
Yeah. Then you just buy off-brand shit.
Yeah.
All right. Who would win the week?
Who would win of the week this week? What a battle. What a battle. It's Live Strong. Blah, blah, blah. Let me start that over. Take this. Emily, cut all this out. The Who would win of the week this week is Live Strong bracelets versus Fightin' necklaces. Now, I don't know who to honestly go for here, but I don't think there's any way I can be on the side of Fightin' necklaces. I think that's one of the worst accessories ever invented. I think they're disgusting. If you put on a Fightin' necklace, because so many people had them. I know you had a couple. If you put on a Fightin' necklace, if I see somebody with a Fightin' necklace on, they look like they smell bad.
Dude, you could not be more wrong.
I'm telling you, I'm very correct in this.
Fightin' necklaces were so sick.
If people think that Oakley sunglasses are douchey, Fightin' necklaces blow them out of the fucking water, man. It was literally like the puka shell necklace of the, late 2000s, early 2010s, whenever those were like super popular. Like that's how you would spot.
How do you think you spell fightin'?
I know it's a PH, FITON or something maybe, and they're braided for no reason. It made no sense to me. And they were expensive too, were they not? Weren't they like $40 a piece?
Oh, dude, they were crazy. I'm gonna get into it. So the thing about Fightin' necklaces, I knew they did something. They were like infused, and the reason they were expensive was because they were infused with titanium. Wait, no, I'm getting to it. And they said that like it started with baseball, but then like they said athletes, like because of the titanium, like it would actually like help an electric charge. Like I don't know if it was a recovery thing. I don't know what it was. I never even played baseball, so obviously never applied to me. But dude, another flashback. Remember those fucking balance bracelets, power balances?
Yes.
Fuck, dude, those things were sick too. Also expensive. But here's the thing: the traditional Fightin' was like the 3.
Yes.
Remember, and it was
the braided.
Weaved. It was weaved.
Yes.
But
disgusting.
Sneakily, the 6 die was in the single Fightin'.
I feel like you're just trying to convince yourself.
No. The single Fightin' was a way better stee than.
Now, when you say stee, what does that mean?
Stee.
Okay,
stiz.
got it. Oh, stiz. Yeah. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm having flashbacks now to middle school. I can't understand what anybody's fucking saying. I'm just trying to watch Gilligan's Island. Ugh. I was probably terrible to be around as a child.
You hated me, Andrew. You hated me.
I know I did.
Yeah,
and the Fightin' necklace was a big part of it.
Yeah,
man. They did not. They weren't doing anybody any favors.
But
titanium braided. People would buy anything.
Oh yeah, they would.
That was like right at the time when like I feel like the copper tone things were all so big. Like people just buy. Anything.
People were like, ions? We can fucking.
Man.
Ion chemistry.
Science.
Yeah.
Ugh.
No, I do agree that they are ridiculous.
Literally,
but at the time,
I can't think of a single accessory douchier than a Fightin' necklace.
At the time,
I can't think of one.
Fightin's wore. Yeah, I mean, they were it. Like, that was it. Like, everybody was rocking a Fightin', Andy.
So gross.
Fightin'
like
necklaces.
You put one on and you just look
necklace.
sweaty.
That maybe is true because it was when we were in elementary schools when they were,
Is that what it was? I thought it was later.
No, it was
than
like 5th through like 7th, 5th through 6th
okay,
grade.
right. So I was in middle school, so that sounds
maybe
about
4th
right.
through 6th.
Sure.
they didn't have a long lifespan. It was like maybe a year and a half where like
Yeah.
people. But I do agree, like people that were wearing them were definitely sweating because you get like recess/gym class, and
Ugh,
there's definitely some sweat involved.
just gross.
Actually, the greatest yearbook picture I ever took, I had a fighting on.
Nice, baby. What a snapshot.
I actually, I bet you I can find it.
Okay.
I know it's still out there. Talk about living in the past.
Talk about living
I don't know if I
strong.
can.
The other opponent in this battle.
Yeah. Let's hear the other side.
Now, I mean, I am gonna root for the Livestrong bracelet here because while we all know like Lance Armstrong, sure he cheated and stuff, but those bracelets still did a lot of good, and they have something to stand for. Livestrong bracelets are for the people. They have a purpose. They are determined. Fighting necklaces are completely selfish. They're vain. They're disgusting.
7th grade. This is my 7th grade yearbook picture.
Are you wearing a collared shirt?
No.
Oh, dang. Holy shit.
The Hollister tee. The pink Hollister
Wow.
tee with the red fighting.
Look at that 7th grade flow. Good caption.
I posted this in October 29th, 2012.
Wow.
So I was a freshman in
Right.
high school.
So this was just a couple years out.
This was a TBT at the
You
time.
still looked like that. Minus the fighting, basically.
I mean, dude, listen, I knew what I was doing.
Uh-huh.
I might bring fightings back. I might be in a fighting next time you see me.
That'd be so funny. There's
Dude.
I mean, of every kind of trendy thing, like Emily and I were talking about silly bands and stuff before this, like fighting necklaces are by far the dumbest, and I hate them so much. Ugh.
Silly bands. Another
Silly
good throwback.
bands. That'd be also
What I
good
will
who
say
would win.
is I have so many good ideas in my brain,
Mhm.
like while we're recording a lot, and I'm like, but I can't tell Andrew because I want it to be like organic when he sees it happen.
Yeah.
But then I just forget them.
That's the trick. That's the trick of the trade, baby.
Yeah.
That's a trade secrets right there.
Because I was just thinking about wearing a fight into your wedding. I think that would be fucking hysterical.
that'd be hilarious.
But, like,
If you
now
did
I
it-
told
If
you.
you wore it as like, how people wear like the pocket watch chains kind of like across the front, if you had a fighting across there,
Dude, if I
that'd
pull
be so
up
funny.
three
Dude,
necklaces in one.
Dorico's probably carrying a couple around in his pockets.
He's got some spares.
So he does.
But what I will say is, but I haven't even touched on the Livestrong bracelet.
Yeah.
I am taking the fight in for obvious reasons. It's got fucking titanium in it, dude.
Is that even true?
Yeah, it is, Andrew.
I don't know if that
It's
could,
woven with
unless
titanium.
Unless we have one here that we can cut open, take apart, and you can show me the titanium.
Nobody's ever cut it open.
I don't
'cause
believe
you
it.
fucking can't, dude.
I don't believe it.
Because fucking titanium.
And the fightings, they look stretchy, but they're not very stretchy.
there's
right?
zero stretch.
Exactly. Livestrong, you got a little more give to it. They can
Listen,
wrap
I
around.
understand.
I know that fighting is like the athlete in
No,
this
but here's
battle
the
or
thing,
whatever,
here's the
but Livestrong is the centurion of this
I
fight.
understand that there's a lot of good from that, like, the whole cancer thing.
Yeah, that whole thing.
But in terms of like what are you okay with supporting? I mean, you might as well, are you pro 9/11?
No.
I mean, I would say that cheating scandal is almost on the same tier of how it shook the world.
I'm nixing that.
Of how it shook the world.
All right. You know what? That Oprah interview did do a
Yeah.
lot. That was on
That did
TV.
numbies.
That was on TV more than
That
the
did
towers.
numbies.
That was on
That
TV
did
more than the
numbies.
towers. That's
Maybe
for sure.
not in, the same sense,
Sure.
but they were both huge things.
Yeah, that's true.
They both changed the course of the world.
They really did.
You were just talking
You know
about
what? You're
how
right.
Entourage impacted you. I mean,
You're right, because both, obviously 9/11 and Lance Armstrong scandal, they both did kind of take a lot of, nationalism took a big hit in both of those instances,
Yep.
But
And so I don't support Lance.
Okay, but Livestrong is so much bigger. It's one of those things that's bigger than its creator.
Okay,
you know what
but we're
saying?
talking Andy.
It's like, didn't the guy who discovered insulin, wasn't he like a Nazi or something? It's like that.
I understand.
Separate the artist from the art, baby.
I understand. But what you're not saying is if you take a rubber Livestrong bracelet that eventually snaps just from wearing it versus a fight in where somewhere there's a junkyard full of fight-ins because them shits don't break down.
Well, that's where they belong.
There's hundreds and hundreds of thousands of fight-ins out there, just dormant.
They are. You know what I will say is that they are the cockroach of the accessory world, and that they're disgusting and they could survive
you just
a
hold
nuclear
a grudge.
blast. You know what I do actually, because now I'm thinking of some of the guys that I knew who wore them, and I'm like, I don't like these dudes.
Yeah,
very
that's
much.
why you didn't like fight-ins.
But also, I think they are disgusting. Like, I think they just look gross.
I'm gonna
and
take fighting.
They are douchey.
I'm
going live strong, baby. Live strong. We can
bad
because we can because live strong. You can power through anything. That's the whole point, dude.
That bracelet
you keep fighting. You keep fighting.
It's
no matter what.
Literally a quarter
live
of
strong.
the size.
Live strong.
It's a
live strong.
tenth of the fucking
live
strength.
Strong. Live strong.
Vote on that on Friday on Instagram. Who would win of the week? It's fine.
Live strong.
I wish that I had the energy to follow through with this, Andy, but the people know. For whatever reason, again,
live strong.
7th time this year, and it's only May. It's not. It's only. Is it May?
Yeah, it's May.
And I'm fucking sick again, dude. I got nothing.
You take vitamins,
dude? I take more vitamins than most.
Oh yeah, because I don't take any vitamins,
and
I never get sick.
Dude, I
haven't gotten sick. Well, I did throw up the other weekend, but that was because of Sin City, reason. Bad peanut butter. A lot of marijuana. The big three right there. That's a recipe for disaster.
I gotta go fucking lay down.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we've been going. I mean, we've done an episode. We've done an episode. You know,
it took me forever to get here too.
Yeah,
these fucking car, dude. I was losing it on the way here. I'm like, I'm gonna whatever.
Yeah,
Andy, I love you.
I love you too. Let's get out of here. Thanks for sitting through that. What is it? What were we talking about? Lincoln Log? All that Lincoln Log talk, baby. That's what the people
I'd start another podcast just about Lincoln
Let's
Logs.
get out of here. Oh, yeah.